Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. Yes, Courtney, finally. Oh, wait, that's another guy from another brand. We can't do that one. So, to my left, your right, our own knockout in his house, Alicia. Oh, that's a classic TNA game. The PS2.
I told you I'd find it. Oh, and look, the disc is still in there with the book.
And
I played it once.
I'll bet you it's a great too.
It's only been played once in the history as long as I've owned it.
Are you serious? So it's not like...
Hey, in my defense, they didn't have no women in the game, so...
Oh, so is that why that was like play it once and that's it? Was that?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a fun game. I'm sure people had a lot of fun with it, but for me, there was no women in the game, so it was not that fun.
What if you could please let me know what year did that come out? Can you check?
Oh God, God, where would I be looking? Let's see here, 2008.
2008. Okay,
yes.
So well that explains that. Because the knockout started in what, 2008?
I don't fucking know. You're asking me dates. I don't know.
It's approximate.
Doesn't matter. The other games.
Oh yeah, I mean,
had women in it. I'm sorry. No, I'm just teasing. We're having fun here.
Yeah. Critical Sting says 2007. Okay. All right. So welcome, everybody. It's a new era for the TNA Impact brand. The rebranding happened this past weekend at Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill was a blast. I want to take a minute and not to rehash the full pay-per-view from start to end by any means.
Because you know I'm not doing that.
No, but you weren't with us for the review, so I at least want to go to you.
Yes.
I want to know, like, what were the things that stood out for you? What were your highlights? What did you come away with it?
I just want to say that the whole show for me was a highlight. I feel like they came at this new approach, going back to the TNA wrestling, with a whole new gusto. Like, I feel like they really kind of lived up to the hype with this one, and the show tonight really kind of shows that they were able to keep that energy going forward. So I don't know. I just really enjoyed it from start to finish when I finally got a chance, because I fell asleep that night before, like 5 minutes before the show even started. As you know, I popped in the chat that night. You guys did a great job with that review, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I unfortunately didn't get to watch it the initial night, but when I did go back and watch it, I enjoyed it. It went by really fast because it was so on par with everything, and I'm happy to see faces, the surprises, and like Nick Nemeth. And well, she's not Dana Brooke anymore, but I feel like I've been calling it for a couple of weeks now that Miss Ash.
Oh, Ash of Elegance, yes.
Yeah, Ash of Elegance. Dana Brooke.
I'll keep it simple and call her Ash, but yeah.
Ash.
Ash and Nick Nemeth, which is it's another one of those things where it's Nick Nemeth is you feel like you gotta it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. You've been calling this guy Dolph Ziggler for damn near 20 years. For as far as the new faces, were you excited for these new faces? How did you feel?
I felt confident with it because I feel like who we got are people we weren't necessarily thinking about too hard, and I feel like it's big moves that got made with this comeback. So I don't know. I just think it was really cool.
Especially with Nick. I mean, and I'm not going to sit here and try to start a whole commotion about, well, is he signed? Is he not signed? How long is he sticking around? Look, if the guy ripped off his shirt and he's got TNA, like I said in the review, if rips off his shirt, he's got TNA under it, and he's in the crowd, and the crowd is screaming the hair off their head. I can't do that, but I mean, who cares? You know, and the guy looked great tonight on TV, talked about wanting to earn that title shot, and we'll talk more about that later too. Yeah, it was just a great feeling that I was expecting a few other faces, but I was not expecting the former WWE's Dolph Ziggler. So I'll take it.
Yeah, hey, he had great energy then. He's going to have great energy now, and I feel like he's pretty versatile. So he's a he's a great addition to the roster, I believe. So it was a good choice going with Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as official news, we can say that the former Dana Brooke Ash by Elegance, or I'm probably screwing this up. Is that what it is? Yeah, it is. Ash by Elegance. She has officially signed.
Yes.
So that news came out, and right out of the pay-per-view, it was also noted that I'm going to just go over a couple news bits here. Xia Brookside got signed straight out of the pay-per-view, which is great. We saw her tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
Her singles in-ring debut for the company. At least I think
it's my first time seeing her, so that was fun.
Yeah, she's got a lot of energy. She really brought it tonight against the Boricua Badass.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Oh yeah. And what else happened this week? Lots of stuff. We got TNA partners with Star Times, bringing exclusive TNA coverage to Africa in 2024. Let me click on this here for a minute. I'll read part of this article. You guys can get the rest of this on TNAwrestling.com in the news section. Yeah, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll just read part of this. Pardon me. The agreement will broadcast TNA Impact as well as TNA Plus specials and pay-per-view events. Nice. To more than 30 countries and 45 million users throughout the continent. Man, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's impressive. This is coming from Toronto from the 15th of January. TNA Wrestling, former Impact Wrestling, a subsidiary of Anthem Sports and Entertainment. Now we're getting technical here. And a division of Anthem Sports Group announced today the partnership with global entertainment platform Star Times, bringing exclusive TNA content to more than 30 countries throughout Africa in January 2024. I feel like I just read the same thing right above this. The agreement further extends TNA's reach, making a world-class wrestling organization's flagship. Excuse me, I'm so excited I'm drooling. Weekly
Contain
series.
yourself.
I just can't anymore. It's flagship weekly series TNA Impact, wildly available to over 45 million users in locations such as Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania, South Africa, and the Ivory Coast, among many others. As part of the deal, Star Times viewers will also be able to enjoy exclusive TNA specials and hard-hitting pay-per-view events, including landmark spectacles such as Bound for Glory. And you guys can read the rest of the articles at your own
yourself.
Yeah. In your own free time. Let's see. We already got a photo gallery up on the website. Look at that. These guys are on the ball. I want to give a special shout out as we get going here to my favorite nephew, Paul. And he was in Vegas made a special trip from Hawaii to Vegas for the first time. This was his first TNA event. And, he got some love from our crew, from Bill, amongst some other friends like Brandon and such. Just want to thank any of those guys who, spent time with Paul. That's a lot of love. Just want to thank you personally. I wish I was there, but Paul, big hugs to you, man. Hope you
had a great time.
Oh yeah, he shared some pictures with me. He looks like he had a great seat, and it looked like a packed house. So it's awesome.
Oh, we love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have we got a chat, a tip in the chat here. I think my brain just had a stroke. All right, Justin Miller, thank you very much. TNA trended all night, got as high as number 5, a long time since that happened. Well, yeah, considering since TNA. So, yeah, great to see. I don't know if news is going to come out. I don't think it's come out since the beginning of the year yet. But it'll be interesting to see the numbers as the weeks go on, just to see if, because like the average in the U.S., TNA's brought in about 100K, give or take a little bit. That's been like the going numbers. So with the hype, and we've seen tremendous growth in this brand, TNI, and it's great to see. So that just tells me one thing, that TNA is, the people are there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It's wonderful to see. So I just want to welcome all our new, all the new subs that we've gotten within the last few weeks, 50 plus. Thank you very much for joining the journey with us. Someone in the chat's asking what the pay-per-view numbers were. I don't have a clue. I haven't been able to check out any news lately. You could do a search, but sometimes it takes a while for those to come out. We'll see.
The attendance numbers?
No, like
pay-per-view. No, yeah, okay.
Like how many people bought the pay-per-view, but it's.
I always get the attendance question, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It looked like a lot. That's what I answer for every show, not just in TNA. Every show, it's just a lot. There was a lot of people there.
Well, I mean. We don't.
Who cares? Did you enjoy the show? That's all I care about.
Oh, exactly. You don't see too much from Len Asper, who is he's the owner of Anthem Sports Entertainment, I believe.
Okay.
He doesn't get on social media much, but he firmly supports TNA brand. And he did get on there and congratulated TNA on a sellout crowd. So I know they opened up more seats in the theater for this. So from what I'm hearing, they sold it out. So whatever those numbers are, congrats nonetheless.
Oh,
whether
great.
It's 1,500, 2,000, whatever. I don't care. They were loud and proud that night,
Here's a question.
Mayor says, which happens first? Alicia removes the Christmas tree or J-Bone gets Manny Bones a new shirt to wear. Dude, I gave him a new shirt in the new year. How many times am I going to tell you? He's wearing a Smash shirt.
I'm leaving the tree up to spite you.
Hey, like I said,
I can be petty. Because he says something about it all the time. And it's like, well, if you're going to say something, I'm going to keep it up.
Right. We also had a lovely comment in the chat. Somebody was left a message post live and said that your turtle is mesmerizing. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, the one you can see is Barney, and he just chills. I think he's swimming in the background there. Hang on, let me zoom in. Hey, he's just floating.
Yeah.
He's right there. Oh, his little foot.
He goes back and forth.
He's ambiance.
He's very distracting. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Can you see the other one? Probably not. Probably not. She's hiding.
Oh, in the middle.
She's sleeping, hiding next to their divider.
There you go. Well, yeah, as far as a tree, shoot. In Wisconsin here, I always talk about, we get 7 months of winter. So how long you keep your tree up? Who cares, man?
Can I be honest, though, in all seriousness, it's just we have not been able to get to our storage on our free time because we've been getting hit with some snowstorms. So that's the only reason my tree is up. Every other Christmas article in my house is ready to go over to storage, but we just haven't had the time during the week because we both work and life.
Manny needs meat on his bones. Yeah, well, I try.
It goes right through him.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? His metabolism is just unbelievable. I wish I had that metabolism. Jeez Louise. I'm just packing on the pounds, adding layers. So yeah, like I said, thanks to all the new people. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Make sure you know that we're going live. Big announcement. I dropped in the chat yesterday on my Smash This podcast. I was on that platform on YouTube, and I jumped in the chat. The live chat along with the UK fellows, our TNA UK lads, Bison, Joker. I don't believe Steve was on. I don't know. Hopefully Steve's okay. But yeah, I dropped in there to check out, see how the guys are doing. Make sure you check them out on Wednesdays. They're our UK faction. For those of you who are new and you don't know who they are, they're our international crew. So they talk about international stuff along with everything TNA wrestling. I announced on there, and but I wanted to reiterate it here live that memberships for this channel will be live soon. It's a process. You gotta go through. You gotta get approved. You gotta do this, do that, make your emojis, the badges, the whole thing. But the announcement will be official soon. I just wanted to get the word out there for those of you who have been supporting us for the longest time. It's a great way to keep the ship afloat. It'll be similar to when we had our Patreon, but I only wanted to do this if I could make this a little easier on everyone, and I think I'll be able to. So basically, it's going to be like a cross between what we have on Twitch, which, our Twitch audience fell off significantly when we couldn't, repost internationally and stuff like that. But it's still there. We just don't monitor it as much. So you got the badges on there. You got the emojis. You're going to have the same thing here on YouTube, along with some special shows here and there. And little birdie told me we might even get one of the elder statesmen of TNI back for some additional content. Trent, maybe. We're hoping. Who knows? We might even get a scumbag in here. So just want to let you know.
Scumbag.
You have that to look forward to. So, Justin Miller says, largest paid crowd in Anthem era. Interesting. Paul Nelson says 1,800. All right. I've heard a couple different numbers. That sounds about right. I'm guessing anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000. It's probably kind of hard to say. But nonetheless, Len Asper said it's sold out. And I know that he also said that the night 2 of the tapings, the night after, what was that?
A video on Instagram, loud music.
What are you doing? What are we doing?
I'm checking the social medias.
Oh, okay. All right.
Seeing if there's any news.
You're just letting them know we're live, right?
Watch the show. Tell your friends.
Yes. Now I completely forgot what I was going to say. That's all right. But nonetheless, thanks a lot.
My bad.
All right. So that's pretty much it for news. I know there was something that came across. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was something on Twitter. You know what? I'm going to check the old WrestleZone page. This was something that came out while I was, there it is. There it is. All right. So I'm on the old WrestleZone.com page. This is where I go for a majority of my news outside of, specific stuff happening on a company page. It says here, because a few people said this, New Japan Pro Wrestling made a shocking announcement tonight on their official website. Okay, well, then you know it's legit, because sometimes you're like, okay, take this with a grain of salt. No, this looks like this is legit, folks. Thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling. Kazuchika Okada will be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling after the conclusion of his contract on January 31st. We apologize to fans for the abrupt nature of this announcement, but join them in wishing Okada the very best in his future. And speaking of Okada's future, and you can go on to the rest of the article at your own time and check out the rest of it. Okada has his own message to the fans. He was a part of TNA's tapings in Vegas. And as announced, we're going to get a match with Okada next week. He's teaming up with the Motor City Machine Guns versus the System. And I tell you what, I can't wait. Can't wait to see that.
Ooh. Who's the System?
What's that?
Who's the System?
Did you not watch the show tonight?
Oh.
The System is Moose, Myers.
It struck me, but for some reason I didn't actually catch them being called the System. So
that is new. So yeah, within the last, yeah, it's okay. They said it in the promo a couple times. Their thing is, what is it? Trust.
I was too distracted by those delicious, untouched platters of barbecue food on their table. So sorry. I'm a simple-minded woman.
Yeah, you're seeing the food and you're like, hey, pass it over, right?
I was a little concerned why no one was touching it, because I would have done that promo like balls deep in those ribs, barbecue sauce everywhere.
I love it.
Hey, I love food. It's my favorite consumable.
That's well, there you go. Yeah, sadly that's mine too. That's why J-Bone is the weight he is. But J-Bone is on the right track, though. I am not. I'm not snacking as much as I used to. Did you want to address this one, Alicia?
I don't know what. No, what?
She said balls deep.
Oh, balls deep. Proverbially balls deep. So, like,
we're gonna put.
I don't really got them, but if I did, they'd be balls deep.
SWAC fans judging you too over here.
God, you guys need to live a little. Get out of your shells, prudes.
Paul Nelson says match of the year already, family. So are we saying Alicia versus a
barbecue
of the barbecue ribs? Balls deep. Is that what the match of the year?
You go run wild. I should have said run wild on those ribs. Running wild on them ribs. Just a barbecue sauce. Listen here, brother. What you gonna do?
Oh my God. I love it.
These 24-inch pythons eat them ribs.
Say your prayers.
Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins, brother.
Eat your vitamins.
Eat your ribs.
And attack those ribs, brother. Oh.
Mr. Nanny was a good movie.
That was one of Hogan's? I like the one where he's Rip. I can never remember the name of the movie. He goes up versus Zoo.
Wasn't he in a movie called? No, I think that's never mind. It was like Tropic Thunder, but I don't think that's what it was.
No, that's and he actually they gave him a wig for it. Yeah. John Palmer in the chat. Did anyone see the news about Hulk Hogan rescuing a girl from a car wreck? Yes, I did see that. Yes. Good guy, Hulk Hogan. There you go. I don't care what you say. I still love him. And he just became someone's hero that day because he saved a life. You know, how can you hate the guy?
Jake Chris saved someone from a burning car. Did you know that?
I did hear about that. Here we go. We'll put this on a T-shirt. Swag fan says, "What you gonna do when Alicia goes balls deep on you?"
Well,
that's a
on ribs. Hey, let's
on the ribs.
Let's not get loose with that ending there, right? Yeah, on ribs, not on you, not on anybody except my husband.
Yeah, that's there you go. Yeah. There you go. Justin Miller here says Thunder in Paradise TV series he had between WWE and WCW. And it was John Lemon's kid was actually in that series too. Little fun fact there. Mayor says any road from Front Row Bill. He's on the road to Florida. He's gonna be at the guy doesn't sleep.
He got an early start because the snowstorms we're supposed to get.
Yeah. So safe travels to Bill. I don't know if he's gonna tune in anytime tonight. If he's driving, I hope he stays safe. Honestly, I hope he just drives straight through. Don't worry about coming on here live. Just get there safe. So, all right. So we dive into tonight's episode a little.
I mean, we're a review show. Why not?
Yeah.
I guess.
One last thing. I did hear from people, then you can call this a spoiler. I don't care what you want to call it. Apparently, Explosion is supposed to return soon. They taped matches for it at the tapings the day after Hard to Kill.
Yay!
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be like a YouTube thing, if that's going to be on TNA Plus for extra content. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll let you know as soon as we hear something. All right. First off the bat here, we've got a 6-way scramble. I love it when they call these scrambles. It always just makes me hungry.
For eggs?
Right? Get a scrambler.
I had scrambled eggs this morning.
It's good stuff.
Anyway.
Good stuff.
Anyway.
Food.
Yeah.
Go balls deep in some scrambled eggs.
Put that on a T-shirt. I think we're on to something with the balls deep thing.
Balls deep, baby. My wife's gonna wake up. Hey, you guys.
See, like clockwork.
Yeah, see, she just woke up. What?
What about balls deep? What are you putting your balls in?
What about being the balls deep? We're talking about food, honey. It's okay. She's like, whatever.
Mhm.
All right. Kushida, Speedball, Mike Bailey, Trey Miguel, Vikingo, Laredo Kid, and Jake something in a 6-way scramble. Alicia, what did you think about this opening TNA match in our new TNA era?
I think these guys went balls to the wall. I'm on a roll. It's all about the balls tonight.
It is.
It was a lot of energy. I think when you're starting a new era, you got to have a lot of energy coming off the beginning of it. So yeah, dope, a lot of dope spots, man. You know me, I'm not normally a multi-person numero 100 of these fan of these kinds of matches, but this was good. You put all these dudes in a ring, they're gonna blow it out of the water. What'd you think, J-Bone? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm sorry. My wife was walking past and she noticed I closed the door to the office. And she's like, I'm like, I did that because Oreo was screaming the hair off her head. So trying to keep
Fucking
it.
Oreo.
Yeah, right? Nonstop. Total nonstop Oreo. The match. I love the match. It was almost more entertaining listening to Tom Hannafin and Raywalt just lose their minds watching this. It was almost impossible to call this because the action was just it was total nonstop action.
They did seem like giddy kids calling this one. It was fun.
It was just so much fun. Mayor Newsom says 2023 was platypus, 2024 balls. There we go.
Balls, yep.
There's your lesson for the day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're leaving platypus in 2023.
That's right. Enough of that. Where the hell did the platypus come in? Oh, you talked about platypus for the made-up tag team.
Yeah, with the thrown together tag teams, that's what we call a platypus because it just, what is it? What are we doing with this? What does all this mean? It's a mess.
Poor platypus.
Poor platypus.
Oh God. Too funny. But yeah, amazing match. You throw greats in the ring like Kushida, Bailey, and Vikingo, along with everyone else, and they're just jumping all over the place. My God.
Spots.
Right. It was right. Everybody. Exactly. Just like the shot song, right? But Jake something, the base of this match, coming off with a win here. Very interesting.
I think I've said this since he's been back with the company. I got great feelings of the things that the heights and limits that they could take Jake something to, and I'm really rooting for the guy.
It feels excuse me. It feels kind of like, remember back a handful of years ago when Brian Cage was in the company and he had the X Division championship.
Yes.
And he took it all over the world and he was doing X Division matches. But he was doing like X Division style spots.
Yeah.
But he's like a 270-pound, beefy guy.
He's like Rick. Oh God, the Scott Steiner back in the day, doing 450 splashes and shit.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe not.
So I think it's comparable to that, except Jake doesn't do quite as much aerial stuff as Cage does.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why you can't have a guy like him. It doesn't all have to be 5 foot, 100 99-pound guys in the ring when it comes to, the X division. It can be, you can have bigger guys in for a base, like Jake something. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great.
Yes.
So, give me a second.
He's quick for a big guy. He's quick. So, I think that counts. Having the quickness and agility is enough.
Well, and he's in even much better shape. Like I met him a couple of years ago, and I look at old pictures of him, and you look at him now, and the guy's got a 6-pack now. It's amazing. So he's in better shape. He looks like a beast, but he seems more focused,
fine-tuned.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, you win a 6-way scramble, I'd give him an X Division championship shot somewhere down the road. It's got to mean something. We'll see. Gia Miller backstage with Ospreay.
Billy Goat Bird.
What's that?
Billy Goat Bird, because he calls himself the Billy Goat, and his last name is Ospreay, and Ospreys are birds.
And he gave us all the bruvs in the world. Bruv this, bruv
He's
that.
from England?
Yes.
Isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somewhere
it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, somewhere. So, yeah.
Vice is going to kick my ass.
The Billy Goat is a one of a kind, and he does bring it in his promos. I'll give him that.
Not only in his promos, because again, I'm not as familiar with Will's line of work. Like his career, not line of work. Anyway,
no, I know what you mean, yeah.
And I feel like I get it. I get the hype. He's got a real electric personality, and he comes across well on the mic as well as in the ring. And that's untouchable in this day and age with wrestling. Like, wow, you really got to be like the full kit and caboodle to really get a name like Will has.
The full package, yeah.
Yeah.
His journey has been interesting because when he started out, what really caught people's eyes, and I'm sure some people are going to remember this, maybe some people won't just because they're not aware of it, is matches like he had with Ricochet in the ring, where it's
another really strong talent.
It is, but they were night and day different matches from what you're seeing today, like you saw with even a similar talent like Speedball and or Josh Alexander. Completely different wrestling style, so yeah, Will Ospreay has really evolved, and the fans, the fact that we got a chance to see him a handful of times in an Impact Wrestling / this year TNA branded, 4-sided ring. We're just blessed as fans. We really are.
Yeah.
So he's talking about the main event here. Then we get Gail Kim interrupting Giselle Shaw, who is holding the big X after her win from winning the Ultimate X. And
good for Giselle.
Yeah, absolutely. Tremendous.
So talented.
She is. And that was Gail's point. She said to her, she's like, look what you did without your entourage. Or the Shawtourage, excuse me.
I am a little sad if the Shawtourage isn't a thing anymore, though. I kind of coined that, so.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes.
Well, I've always said, too, that she's strong enough without him that when they first started putting them together before we had thrown a name on them, I questioned it a lot because I believe in Giselle and her abilities in the ring. So, you know what I mean? It's good to see that they're giving the fresh start. Granted, we don't have a confirmation if they're not a thing anymore, do we? Is it like officially done? Because they kind of plot revised some people, like the Death Dolls are Decay again,
right?
You know, it's Havoc and Rosemary, not Courtney and Jessica.
It just
kills me.
I hear you.
But I love Decay, so I'm cool with this.
Right.
But anyway, you get my point.
And I love the new look. It's fresh. I like it, you know. I
love goth girls.
Yeah. They got the fresh new gear, and it's spooky.
Goth mommies.
Awesome. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, no, I think this is just maybe the start of a story where you're gonna, you know, like Gail Kim now put that little nugget of dissent in Giselle's head, because Giselle Shaw stormed off. She didn't have a reply to that.
Yeah, so it might have been the unwarranted hug that Gail laid on her when she first ran on screen. So
yeah, that too. What
just saying.
But yeah, I mean, she gave her a compliment. She's like, "Look what you did without your entourage. You did this all on yourself. It's great." And Giselle was like,
"You can do it."
Right.
You can do it.
So this is going to be very interesting to see if this, you know, where this goes. You know, are they going to turn on her because of this, or is she going to turn on them? We'll have to wait and see. You know, it's a new year. We'll see. And then we got Tasha Steelz versus TNA's TV debut in this match of Xia Brookside. What'd you think of this knockouts action?
It's a fun introduction for her, but it's hard. I also put her in a bit of a predicament because you put her against Tasha. And you know how we feel about Tasha over here. We're all big fans. And so, you get the win on our, yes, you get one over on our girl. And that's a little impressive. So, hey, welcome to the crew.
Right. And like we said, Xia Brookside is signed now. So congrats to her on that. Great start to her TNA career. You beat a former Knockouts champion. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty awesome.
No, sir.
So, Paul Nelson, you don't have to go away. He's like, I don't want to give things away. Just
what's the context? What are we talking about here?
I don't know. I think he was talking about in the chat how he met a few people, but he's afraid he's going to give away some spoilers or something. It's all good, Paul. It's all good. You don't have to leave. But yeah, very fun match for these knockouts. New knockouts, new year, same great division.
Real quick. I gotta put this up on the screen because we missed it during the earlier conversation, and I am dying. That is hilarious. The eggs are on my chin. Balls deep. How deep? Sorry. We're like children here. It's all about the balls. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody needs a bib. All right. So anyway.
Complimentary. That should be a thing. I'm just saying.
Right.
We don't need to dwell on it too deep. Just bibs.
We move on.
Multi-purpose.
They show some more highlights from Hard to Kill here briefly. AJ Francis in the ring, eventually clobbering Joe Hendry. I gotta say, I'm not the biggest Joe Hendry fan, but let me tell you, when I was watching this countdown to Hard to Kill, never in my life was I so happy to see Joe Hendry interrupt Woo Kid, whatever that guy's name is, and the former flop or top dollar or whatever his name is, AJ Francis. What'd you think of Joe Hendry's song?
I think Joe Hendry got what was coming to him. I don't know, man. It's just Mr. Life Ruiner. You know, that's what you get for being such a twat to everybody. Jeez, buddy.
Yeah. He's a home wrecker.
He's a home wrecker. I'm still trying to make sense of any of the lore that is Joe Hendry.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Now they showed a brief little promo of him during the pay-per-view. I don't think we talked about this much during the review, but AJ Francis cut a promo. So I don't know if that was just a one and done at the pay-per-view. He didn't appear on tonight's episode, but Woo Kid ended up in a trash can. Right?
So, then yeah, he's around, because why would they choose on the show, the main show, to put the kid in a trash can?
Yeah, I'm a little confused. You know, I was waiting for AJ to show up out of nowhere while oh my God.
What is this, high school? Come on, Joe Hendry. Yeah, right, get creative.
Right. My fucking cats. All right.
I can't hear him.
Oh, she's calling at the door. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Just kill him. You think it's Rocky? If you want to let Rocky in, go ahead. I just don't want to hear the screaming from Oreo. And then we have phones going on. Jeez Louise. It's the shit show. Hold up the cup, Alicia.
I don't have the cup, but it would say, if this was the cup, it would say, "Welcome to the shit show."
And I still have to get the hat from what the hell site is that? Temu.
Oh, that's what? Oh no! Don't do that. We're not going to get into it for legal reasons, but
I actually ordered some stuff. I did a review on my channel.
Don't do that
for Temu.
This
is actually a nice hat.
No, it's probably
here. I'll show you.
Stolen from someone's art.
This is like a $3.
It's like a cowboy hat. Yeah. Like you're from Ireland.
Yeah. It's like a Newsies. Look at that.
That's a great movie.
Styling.
I was the targeted demographic.
My son just got the lead role in the musical.
And the musical for school. That's so exciting. Good for him. I hope he has fun. Who's he playing? You know what? Let's just get on with the review. Sorry. This was just about to turn into a Broadway discussion. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, see, he wears these backwards like this. See,
yes. I have a Newsy hat, but it's not in arm's reach right now, so I'm not going to put it on.
It's all good. It's all good.
But it's my driving hat.
Driving hat.
I like to be fancy.
There we go. Rolling in my 6'5".
Gotta have a nice hat when you're driving.
Balls deep when you're rolling down the road.
No, balls deep when you're eating ribs. That's
sorry.
Let's not.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, because I know next week everyone's just gonna balls deep the tacos, balls deep the I don't know.
Balls deep off the top rope.
Dude.
Now that sounds like, I don't know what that move is gonna look like, but that sounds awesome.
If someone doesn't mark it on this immediately, what are we doing here?
Oh God.
Balls deep off the top rope.
I'll attempt to do the t-shirt. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but
I did. It's my fault.
All right.
Well,
all right, next. So Woo Kid's on the trash can, literally in the trash can, and Joe Hendry drops the laptop on top of him. Next.
Good use of a laptop, though, when he attacked Joe Hendry with it.
It was. Or vice versa. Whatever. Grizzled Young Vets. Talk about some fun tag team action here. Grizzled Young Vets versus two OGs, Kaz and EY. Eric Young. What do you think of the TNA's TV debut of the Grizzled Young Vets?
I think they did a good job. Now, mind you, I'm not familiar with their work outside of this tonight, what I've seen, but they got energy. They've got a certain essence about them, and I think they're going to do well for how, whether they're long-term, short-term, doesn't matter. I think they're going to do really well. And again, such an interesting team. Now, are Kaz and EY like officially a team now?
No, I think they're officially broken up.
What? Did I miss something? Did I blink?
Kaz attacked him after the match.
Oh, all right. Well, was it a play? Okay, so
this miscommunication.
This is an example of a platypus team making sense, and then it platypuses. Like, because I believe in that. I can't, because Frankie Kazarian and Eric Young make a good tag team together. Like,
that makes sense. They're OGs.
It makes sense. Especially, you're coming into TNA, you're going to have this OG. Now, they've never been a tag team in the past, but, they got great charisma with each other. And, going into taking on the old moniker of TNA, like, having these two veterans go against, like, newer teams.
I compare it to when they put James Storm. Yeah, like I compare it to when they put James Storm and Bobby Roode together.
Yeah, no one thought that was going to work, and look at it now. It ended up being one of the most popular teams in TNA history.
Beer money.
Beer money, baby. Especially when James Storm got that cooler go-kart thing that he was driving around.
To this day.
It was a draw. That looked fun.
Hell yeah, man. Whether you drink or not, man, I want one of those.
Water is cold. Soda is cold. You can put anything in that. That's handy. Just go to the beach on a little cooler scooter.
Hell yeah, just cruise around the neighborhood.
Oh, the boozer cruiser. Okay.
Be like the new ice cream guy. Like, ring,
Yeah, I would.
Good humor on the back of it or something. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Boozer, yeah, here we go. Yeah, Critical Sting, the Boozer Cruiser. Love it.
Yeah.
Armand's in the chat. Good day or good evening, I should say. Welcome. Good seeing you. Gary Rossetti's in here. Oh no. We're not just we're just gonna leave that one alone.
You guys are abusing the power of the balls deep.
Yeah, they are now. Yeah, just everything.
You're taking it. Well, I don't know how to do. What a fucking great time to do that. Sting, you're taking it too far. You're going too far. You're taking it, whatever he says.
It's hilarious. But yeah, look, we're all armchair bookers here and there, whether you want to admit it or not. I think it would have been nice to see this team go on a little longer. I wouldn't have broken them up so quick. They were a team at Hard to Kill. They were a team tonight, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's done. I saw someone on social media crack a joke, something about and I don't even remember who it was that they were talking about, but it was the effect of like, okay, this is typical TNA. Such and such a team is going to break up immediately after starting, and it's like, holy shit, you got a point there. It's kind of funny, but it's true. So yeah, I would have held on to this team just a little longer, but nonetheless, great tag team action. You really got to see what this new team, the Grizzled Young Vets, could do. If you're not familiar and you want to see more, look them up on YouTube. Plenty of NXT UK snippets on there where they were, I believe they were tag champs in there as well. I believe. I'm not sure. I didn't watch a lot of the content, but I believe they were. But yeah, so there was some miscommunication during the match, and Taz turned. Excuse me, did I say Taz?
I was like, whoa, Taz?
A different era, different time. Sorry. Kazarian, Kaz, I always call him Kaz, turns on Eric Young and just beats the hell out of him. So, but I mean, I am excited to see this rivalry. As much as I wanted to see the tag team go a little longer, I'll take an old school rivalry.
They'll beat the bricks off of each other, so it'll be fun regardless.
They will. It'll be like old times. Old times in the old, well, because they were the X Division guys back 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
real quick before we move on, I just want to say that Eric Young's music is really cool. It's like, you know how everyone used to really like Eddie Edwards' theme song when it was that big sing-along number? I think EY's is really cool. I don't know how well you could sing along to it, but...
Right. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of an old version of AJ Styles music.
I don't remember.
That he had when he got real kind of dark and whatever. I don't know.
Mopey emo Styles.
Yeah. Emo AJ Styles. It was good times.
Pre or post cum shirt.
Post. It was when he started growing his hair out. You're gonna make me play it, aren't you? You're gonna make me play it.
Well, I mean, it's TNA now, so it's appropriate.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Right. Got a little trigger happy with that.
Hold on, calm down, just breathe.
All right, one more.
This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.
I love Callus. I don't want to get rid of that one. That one's just fun.
Yeah. Well, moving on.
We move on. We get a system promo. And who is the system again?
We're going to talk about this again.
Yeah.
Well, system not getting balls deep in any ribs from the looks of it.
I wasn't going to say it. I was just
I was, and I did. And what?
And there you go.
What are you going to do about it? You're getting kiki on over there.
Balls deep in Vegas. All right.
I would have been talking with my mouth full. Are you just going to have food on the table and only touch the drinks?
Sauce everywhere.
Sauce
everywhere. But all in all, they say trust the system. So that's going to be on a t-shirt. Trust the system.
You know what? I didn't see this group coming because right before they did the change, I was saying that I was under the impression that Moose and Myers had gone their separate ways, and Eddie and Edwards It's two people now. Eddie Edwards. That's what happens when you have two first names. Eddie Edwards and did I say Heath Slater or Myers?
Myers.
Myers. Good. I did get it right. So Myers were becoming a team, but I did not see all of them joining and making a faction. And wow, I think this is a great idea.
I like it. I think it's been a long time coming.
Of course, Lish. You put Lish on anything, and I'm like, that's great. That's gold, baby.
There you go.
We stand Lish in this house, all right?
Yeah. we love Lish. And she was great in that Ultimate X too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If I had to pick, we didn't really do like predictions. But if I had to pick one for that match, I would have picked her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it felt like the system is really going to break out.
Yeah. Well, she's so tiny and nimble. She could have just like Tinkerbelled right up to that X.
just zip line. Got it. Fall down.
I gotta stop drinking.
I'm sorry. So I'm just catching up on some of these chats. You guys are goofy. But yeah, good promo. Next we got Nick Nemeth, the TV debut on TNA Wrestling of Nick Nemeth. He talks about that this is all new for him, and he's intimidated by the locker room, and he's a little bit scared. It's a whole new beginning for him, and he doesn't want to just be the guy that came from another place demanding a title shot, which is impressive because God knows
That's what happens.
The track record for this brand in particular, and I've talked about it a million times. Austin Aries, excuse me. No, don't get me wrong. I love Austin Aries, but it's like, guys like Austin Aries just walk in, boom, you're champ. Literally 5 minutes later, the guy's champ. And it's like, what are we doing here? And look, I love Ziggler, and I want to see him as TNA champ, but I also want to see him earn it. So I'm glad they're kind of going this route. Whether it's a handful of guys, a dozen guys, I don't care. I want to see him earn it. So it's nice they're going this route. He didn't just, pin Moose on the first episode of TNA television. What do you think?
I think I'm brain farting. What did you just say? Holy shit. I got just real quick though, I got distracted by this comment, and so I was going up through the comments to try and find the context. Because I'm like, where are we fast forwarding? What's happening here? Sorry. I'm bad at this.
He was also asking who the guy with braids is. I don't know. Who's the guy?
I don't know. See, yeah, it makes you want to scroll up to be like, what's the conversation happening in the chat?
I missed something there, yeah.
So as you were saying, if you could kindly remind me.
So Nick Nemeth was saying how he's intimidated, he's scared, he's excited, he's going through all these emotions being in a new place, and he's starting fresh in a brand new company after being 20 years in the WWE. And he doesn't want to be that guy that's been around for a long time and just walk in the door and be like, boom, give me a shot. Give me a title shot. And
he wants an opportunity.
He does, but he wants to earn it.
Well, that's how you get an opportunity, J-Bone,
Yeah.
In a traditional sense, per se.
Right.
Per se.
So he's talking about somewhere down the road getting a chance at Moose's championship, but he vows to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Mm-hmm. And then we get Steve Maclin's music.
What a way to start your feud.
Yeah, right.
In TNA, I wanted to say Impact so bad. In TNA, still getting used to it.
The show is still called Impact, TNA Impact, whatever. But yeah, it's
It's complicated.
It's all right.
It's too much.
So excuse me.
Oh shit.
So Steve Macklin comes out and he's like, "Hey, I agree with you. I was that guy a few years ago. Came over from somewhere else.
Yeah, he was.
And he wanted to become champ, and he earned it. And Steve Macklin did. He wrestled his ass off, and step by step,
He evolved for sure.
he did, and he became a great world champion. It was short lived, but I was excited for it. I'm a big Steve Macklin fan.
Mm-hmm.
But
Always a but.
Steve Macklin says to the former Dolph Ziggler, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you're fake as hell." And,
The shade. How dare he?
yeah, just throwing a ton of shade on
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to get some points across, and finally ends up swiping the mic out of Nick's hand, and it seems like they're about to scuffle. A swing and a miss from Steve Macklin, and Nick hits him with, I don't know if they're going to name the move something else in this company, but for now, we're going to call it the zigzag. So, hits him with a zigzag and drops him. So it's like, all right, here we go. Let's get that match
Get
going.
the thunder rolling.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere along here, they announced that Nick's first TV match is going to be versus Zachary Wentz next week. So we can't wait for that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bit different, huh? Because Zack is pretty high flyer. Their wrestling styles are very different. So I'm curious to see how Mr. Nick Nemeth is going to handle that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're that far off from Styles. I do think Wentz is a little more high
when
flying.
Nick starts doing some of the shit that Zack does, we'll talk about that.
Well, I think out of the two, maybe I just haven't paid that much attention to Zachary Wentz in a while, but I feel like Trey Miguel out of the two is a little more of the high flyer than Zack is. I could be wrong.
I know. I just mean in the style, like, you don't have to be a high flyer to do crazy shit in the ring, and standing moonsaults, like him and Dez's old finishing move was pretty wild.
Oh, I love that one.
It's like where they did that standing moonsault and Dez would push him over on top of the opponent, like midair. That shit was cool as fuck.
Yeah, they still do that. Just
yeah. That's cool. Either way, I'm just saying is that, Zack does crazy shit in the ring, and Dolph is a little more traditional item. From what I remember, it's been a long time since I've seen him wrestle.
Yeah, right. And Mayor Neeson here, thank you for the little tip here. All right, people are always going to say whatever happened to Dolph Ziggler, because Nick Nemeth is never going to amount to anything in this company.
Bullshit.
Right?
I mean, on first appearance, I feel like he's already become Nick. That's who he is Nick. You know what I mean? And to now be known as himself and who he actually is.
Right.
I think that's pretty monumental. It's a shift in a different direction. I don't get the same vibe of who his character was in WWE is different to who he came into TNA as.
Right.
And he can only build on that. It's a clean slate, essentially. Just a clean slate to walk into a company with and be like, this is where I start my own story, right?
It is. It
is.
I can't wait to see him in action with anyone for that matter, just because I am such a fan of his. I've been a fan for years. So, yeah, fresh start, new rivalries, new matches.
Yeah.
Just shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Gia Miller backstage with Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is the new TNA Knockouts World Champion. And Trinity interrupts and says, "Congrats on you being champ, but I'm cashing in my rematch clause, and we're gonna wrestle next week." So there we go, rematch from
You know
Hard
what
to
that
Kill next week.
means?
Yeah,
Wink. We don't gotta talk about it. Just wink and yep.
yeah, it's all right.
Jordan accepted, and so they're gonna have a wing dinger of a match next week on TNA Impact.
Wing dinger.
So I watch chiropractic videos.
Okay.
Because I don't know, there's something about the sound of a human body cracking like a glow stick that is just very comforting.
Is that like ASMR for you?
Yes, it is a form, yeah, because there are ASMR chiropractic. But anyway, so they do this thing where they wrap your neck and like pull your head, and it's called the wing dinger. There's this one chiropractic guy who says that he's funny. He's an old guy. He's like, "Oh, wing dinger," and he fucking aligns some spinages, but to not very great results.
Oh, God. Hey, coming from a guy who's had a few back surgeries, whenever I feel cracks or anything popping back there, no. I
want to see a chiropractor so bad.
That's not
crumble me like a cookie.
I mean, if I'm cracking my knuckles, that's one thing. If I got noises like that coming from back here, no, that scares the shit out of me.
I love it.
That tells me I better go lay down for a minute.
Oh, at your age, yeah, I guess. You'll be turn into Manny Bones before you know it.
Oh, this is true. Oh, man. Oh, Mayor, I am so sorry. You know what? I don't even know where the hell this came in. Because I was like so blown away by it. I didn't write it down.
Kitty.
I don't know where it was. So it must have been right here, because this is where, Mayor says, "Hey, how could you forget?" So somewhere in here, we got a promo. And it was in the news too. And we talked about her signing with TNA. We got Ash by Elegance. More for covering up the cat's
censored.
More trash talk. So yeah, Elegance back Ash. What do you think of this promo of Ash and her elegance?
I think they're going old school with this shit, man. I love when they put good video packages together for someone coming into the company. It's like the last one I really remember that stands out was Killer Kelly's.
Okay.
Yeah, that was sick. But yeah,
you're talking about like the red light in the hotel and looking. Like
before she debuted in the ring, they gave like us build-up packages, little video packages leading up to for the prior weeks. And I don't know, man, Killer Kelly's really stood out because it really brought a new element to a character of someone like completely out of their fucking minds for violence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas Ash, it's like, okay, we have seen the gimmick before, but at the same time, it's Dana fucking Brooke. Like, we're gonna hopefully we see that woman no hand cartwheeling out to the ring and whipping some ass. All right.
Oh, absolutely.
Elegantly.
Yes. Well, and everyone's okay. It's even popping up in the chat now. So well, let's talk about this for a minute. Everyone's saying that it's a ripoff of Toni Storm, and I want to get your thoughts on this. What do you think?
Well, Toni Storm is a ripoff of Marilyn Monroe, and so what? And it would be there's so many characters like that kind of glamorous whatever that like haven't they all done it at some point?
There's been there's been a few out there that have done like.
And isn't Toni Storm she's like the hot mess? Laurel Van Ness, Chelsea Green, kind of glamorous, right? Where she's like belligerent.
Toni Storm comes off as the classic actress who
from like 1930s.
Right,
so she's got like a little bit of a problem.
Right.
But it's coffee.
Yeah. She puts a little
Jimmy Nipperkins from the old flask.
Exactly.
I need a pick me up, and then
Yeah. So
we're gonna join up a bitch stick.
So and I love Toni Storm's gimmick. She's a great wrestler. Do I think that Ash is a ripoff of Toni Storm? Absolutely not. Ash is not an actress. No, she is just someone who is okay.
She's a high class woman.
Right. She's hoity-toity. Right. Yeah.
She's rich, bitch.
Right. Yeah. She looks like someone that's
Hollywood and Vine, honey.
She's gonna walk down the street arm in arm with someone like Ric Flair and turn.
We don't have to offend her.
No, I'm just saying that
shut up about Ric Flair. Nobody cares.
Okay.
Did you get the hint?
I'm talking about the gimmick.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, jet flying.
But yeah, so fancy coat wearing.
Thank you. Yes.
Jet setting.
Woo! Yes. Kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, dropping elbows.
Oh, we don't include the kiss stealing part.
All right. Well, anyways,
that's what he got canceled for.
So no, it's we won't go there. But just
saying.
Not just the character. Yeah,
yes.
It's someone who is rich and comes from money, and she's gonna flaunt it, and she's gonna look like $1 million doing it in the ring. It's not a ripoff. Is it similar? Sure, they're both gonna wear elegant things. Same character? Absolutely not. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I can't wait to see what she does in the ring. I don't know if she did anything at the tapings. I think they're just going to run some more promos and kind of just get the character.
They're going to get her built up. Yeah, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
If you're not going to surprise, have him as a surprise on like a certain show, then you want to build up the excitement.
Right.
Because this is, it'd be new. I'm not really, because it's been a long time since I watched WWE, but I'm not really familiar with what she was doing with that company. I just remember
she was a rock and roller.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very fun.
Yeah, she came out to she had the long blonde hair.
She was Charlotte Flair's assistant. That's how long it's been.
She was what?
She was Charlotte Flair's assistant. Do you remember? You remember?
No. Are you talking about Tony? You talking about?
I'm talking about Dana. Ash.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Toni Storm.
Why would I talk about Tony? It's TNA we're talking about. Why would I? I thought the Tony talk ended.
I apologize.
You kind of finalized that, sir.
I did. No, you know what? I don't remember what Dana's last gimmick was. I know she was doing something in NXT right before she got fired.
I'd heard that.
But I don't watch a lot of NXT. I keep track of who's fighting who and stuff, and that's about it. I'll watch some clips. The last gimmick that I honestly remember from Dana Brooke is when she used to follow around Titus O'Neil and I can't even think of the guy's name.
Titus Worldwide or whatever it was called, the group.
Yeah, it was two guys. And she was like, she followed around like
she was also an assistant.
She was a valet, pretty much. Yeah. So, Yeah.
Look forward.
And that's all I remember.
Well, I think she's on to something, and I think it's exciting for her, and I'm glad she's here.
So yeah, I'm very excited about it. Oh yeah, she posted something on social media. Thank you. Mayor's got he's just playing all the hits today. Thank you, Mayor. Gangrel is helping out Ash. Well,
Nice.
She was going to Gangrel's school. This does not mean by any chance that she doesn't know how to wrestle. She's been wrestling for years, for crying out loud. But you got to keep up your chops in the ring. So,
I'm actually going to correct that. I feel like when you leave WWE, you kind of have to get their system of wrestling out of your system, because you have to change things up when you sign with WWE, because they have way different safety protocols and everything. That's why, they don't feature a lot of moves like other companies might, like pile drivers and stuff like that, because again, they just have a completely different system that you relearn once you go to the performance center. Whereas once you're back in the indies, and you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different ball game where you kind of have to be a little more prepared for things, because people are allowed to do a whole lot more assortment kind of move. Well, not everything, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're definitely going to take some pile drivers.
Well, yeah, you're going to take hit with a much wider variety of opponents and wrestling styles, and yeah, just across the board. So, Armand makes a great point here. He said even Ziggler said he had to work on his wrestling since he was released, and he hasn't wrestled 20-minute matches in a very long time, and wanted to make sure he's conditioned for one when it comes. Respect. Right. Because he would get stuck in like a 3-minute match with Bobby Roode.
Yep.
And God bless Bobby Roode. The man was damn near paralyzed, and he's not wrestling anymore, unfortunately. But at least he still has a job with the WWE.
Yeah.
I love that tag team. That was fun. I mean, kind of a platypus, like you like to put it, but it was fun. It was fun. I wanted so much more for both of those guys.
Yeah.
Because Roode is so great, and so is Ziggler. But hey, at least Ziggler's moving on to other things here. So yeah, seeing Dolph is still going to be doing his finishers and such, in some of his main moves.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing him in the ring with guys like Zack Wentz or Steve Macklin or whatever, it's going to be so much fun. It's really going to be watching a different kind of different guy. All right, next we got Jai Vidal in the ring, and of course he's putting down his hometown crowd. He's like, I can't stand you guys, And he screams at the audience. He says, I could beat up anyone in that locker room. Anyone. It's like, oh really? Lights go out, lightning strikes. All the doctors come out, and there's a cat's ass. No, I'm kidding.
That's not an ass. That's his face.
No,
You saying my cat's ugly, motherfucker? You want to fight about this?
It's not. See, from where I'm sitting, I just see like black. I can't tell which end is which.
Where's your camera pointed, buddy? What's going on here? You want to talk about something?
So PCO comes out, and I want to get your opinion on this. Like, it's a kind of revitalized version of his Frankenstein gimmick. He comes out on the table. He's getting zapped by all the doctors. What do you think about this new?
Well, PCO doesn't die. Isn't that what they say? Not really my favorite segment of the show, only because I don't want to see Jay get jobbed.
Yeah.
Or not even jobbed, squashed, because squish. Frankenstein stomped. You know, like I like PCO. I like Jay, and I just this was one of those. It just didn't fall for me.
Yeah,
it fall right because I feel like you could have done something completely different and made it a little more interesting.
Yeah. I think it was a hometown thing, but yeah. Because I mean, if it wasn't,
He's got potential. He's good on the mic. I get a good sense that eventually he'd be a pretty cool face character.
I think in the long run, yeah. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Give him an underdog story.
Yeah. He needs an opportunity. He really does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Gary Rossetti here in the chat says PCO got some new gear. Same pants, different.
Just titty out.
Just one. Just the one. Just. Oh God! And of course
great gear though. Awesome.
It's fun. It's kind of old schoolish because it's got a little razzle dazzle on it.
Little titty.
And he looked like he was like trying to cover it up. It's like
tits about it. Yeah, that tit wouldn't stay in that half sleeve.
No.
It's not a reliable cut of garment to wear unless you want your titty out. He didn't seem like he did because he did keep correcting. So pasties, PCO. That's what I would recommend. You keep your fleshy bits in place. Some double-sided tape.
I think Swag fan nailed it right here. Titties out, balls out. There we go.
Balls deep.
Balls.
You can't remember. You guys are fucking ruining. You can't even remember. You can't even remember what it is. You're time out. You guys can't. I'm pulling it back, wiping it from your memories. We're gonna edit it out of this video once it's not live.
That's a lot of editing.
Do your job.
Just if anybody from YouTube contacts me is like, "What's all this ball stuff?" They're like, "Oh, we changed our
Manscaped."
We're talking about basketballs. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, PCO beats Jai Vidal pretty quickly with the PCO salt. Love the PCO salt. But yeah,
salt.
In the chat, let us what
salt.
PCO salt.
Oh! I'm like, he's got salt.
Not salt.
Yes, the moon salt. Yes, it took a minute. It's getting late. We've been doing those for a while.
Oh God,
my ADHD is kicking in, bro.
we just got a little bit to go. Hang in there. Motor City Machine Guns coming back next week. But they're not coming alone. No. They're coming with a buddy from across the pond.
It's your friend.
Okada.
You're bringing your friend.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends.
Someone who's made some news tonight, who's leaving New Japan. Okada is going to tag with them versus the System. That should be a lot of fun. You look shook.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to boost up what you were saying. Yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
I think it will be.
I don't know who's going to win that. Oh my God.
First match Okada's had in the TNA ring in about 10 years. We'll see.
Bridges are mended. Yay.
He loves a TNA. Main event time.
Don't we all?
Yes, we do. Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay 2. in the TNA ring. First, it was in an Impact ring. Now it's in a TNA branded ring, which is what Will Ospreay wanted. Which is we're glad he came back and was able to do this. I don't care if it's a rematch. I don't care against who it is. I'm loving it. Even that insane table shot. Jeez Louise.
I was just going to say, like, wow, I wasn't sure how long it was going to go after they both flawlessly went through that thing, but holy shit, what a match.
Yeah, right in front of
It's a shame that Ospreay keeps flitting in and out of TNA, because I think he would really, wow. I'm impressed. What can I say?
Yeah. Yeah,
Billy Goat Birds really, really flying high.
I love Will Ospreay. I've really become a fan. And I tell you what, whether you love the brand of AEW or not, when he officially plants his flag over there, it's gonna be fun to watch. I wish we could get a few more matches in TNA, but it is what it is.
We'll take what we can get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely was a classic. Yes, Sweat fan. I'd say another 5-star match. And in conclusion to this first TNA branded episode of the new year,
I give it 5 flaming briquettes.
Nice, there you go.
For the whole episode, except for the PCO thing.
It's just, oh,
but still 5 flaming briquettes.
No briquettes for the titty.
No briquettes for tit.
No.
That's how Masha Slamovich would say it. No briquettes for tit.
No briquettes for tit. No. No. Fuck you and your tit. Dear God. And there goes the monetization. All right. Last but certainly not least, we got Scott D'Amore coming out, losing his voice.
He got emotional.
Yeah, it was. It was a great couple of days. I'm sure him seeing everybody work so hard at the pay-per-view and at the tapings, I'd be emotional too if I was in his spot. And it was great to see the crowd was on fire, chanting TNA throughout the night, and it's something that I'm sure just sounds great to him, and it's revitalized, and it's going to keep growing.
Everybody, and it's not just the wrestlers. We like to give credit to all the backstage hands and the crew and the announce team and everything. Everybody put in 110% to put on these shows.
Absolutely.
And you can feel it. You can tell when a passion's been reignited in a company. And I really feel like this is definitely passionate, and we're in for some good stuff with some good viewing treasures coming our way. So, kudos to everybody who works for TNA.
Yeah.
And that's everybody.
Oh,
Thank you for putting on such interesting comeback shows so far.
Yeah.
Too deep, and my jaw's on the floor.
Yeah, between the pay-per-view and the first show back,
Yep.
Really feels like all gears are flying,
Yep. The new set looks great too. I love that throwback to the old entrances.
Oh, the
tunnel.
The tunnel.
Yeah, it used to, well, it's the tunnel, but I believe at one point it was like there was the face tunnel and the heel tunnel, and they came out from opposite sides, right? Do you remember this?
Yes. Yeah.
Am I making it up?
No, that was like a couple years into their tapings in Orlando, and which is where they're going to be tomorrow. So that's going to be
that's monumental.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But so yeah, it was a different tunnel. It it didn't look exactly like the classic tunnels.
It was an homage. Like, that's what I mean. Is I like that touch. It's a new take on an old classic.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So people see the tunnels. They
get the nostalgia.
Right. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah, but it's not all nostalgia, but it's nice to throw in little things like that here and there. Yeah.
Easter eggs.
Exactly. And you got the yellow ropes, the color screen screen really pops with the red and the yellow. Now all we need is a Hulk Hogan, who knows?
No, we don't. No. I appreciate it, but no.
No, okay.
Sir.
No.
Have a seat.
Okay. Brother. I mean, it's Orlando. Come on. No? Okay. Anyways. But yeah, that's it for this episode. First episode back. Oh, look at that. Oh God, no. we got
not happy.
Not happy. No. She's gonna throw her headset.
It punched my fucking screen. You son of a bitch.
Balls deep into her monitor.
Ribs,
that too. Bear says, J-Bone, you have to replace Scott D'Amore's Impact Wrestling soundbites to a TNA as feedback. Yes. It's all a work in progress. We'll have to see what we can do with that. I don't have a lot of great video making stuff. We'll see. But yeah, just to remind you folks, as we wrap up this episode of TNA Impact, first episode of TNA Impact, because TNA is back, we will have memberships rolling out soon. It's a work in progress. I got to
be determined.
Yeah, it's within the next few weeks, and I'll let you guys know when it's going to happen. It'll be a great way for you guys to support the brand. Because I know a lot of you, give us tips on the weekly shows, and I know sometimes it's not possible, but you still want to help out. Great way to help out. Sign up for the membership, and and that can be your contribution to helping the show stay afloat. It all adds up. It's all wonderful. It's all love, and we love you guys so much. We appreciate it. So it's another way of us giving back to you as well, with all the things that are coming up. Yeah, we might even have a Trensky coming back soon. Oh yeah, I said it. It's in the works, folks. It's in the works, because he's excited about this too. Any final thoughts, Alicia?
No, I think I said everything I needed to say and did it justice. But one more time, great show. Welcome back.
Yeah, it is exciting. Great launching pad this past weekend, this episode. Good stuff. And Okada next week. Can't beat that. And we'll see where it goes from there. And safe travels to Bill as he's on his way down to the Orlando tapings. That's going to be this weekend, tomorrow, and the next night. And but yeah. Thanks for tuning in. On your way out, make sure you check out the links in the description of the video. We love our Manscaped sponsor. You can get 20% off plus free shipping if you visit the Manscaped.com and purchase. Use the code TNI in your purchasing there. And check out the socials and check out the new merch that's up on the merch sites. Yeah, another great way to support the show and let your friends know who you're watching. So, and saying that, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. We're out of here, folks. We'll see you guys next week.
Scrotissimus region?